So inbuilt in data type we have mainly two types. One is numeric data type, second one is non-numeric data type. One is numeric data type and another one is non-numeric data type. In numeric data type we have integer, float and complex. I said already in Python third version which we are using now, Python third version. In Python third version there is no long. Okay, there is no long data type in Python third version. It is included in integer only. So Python included long data type also into integer only. And next one is complex. We know that integer, float and complex. Long is joined to integer only. In Python 3 we don't have any long integer type. Up to Python second version we have that. In Python third version we does not have. Next vachesi non-numeric type. In non-numeric type what we have? We have mainly three types. In non-numeric type we have three types: none, bool and str. Str for string and bool for boolean and none for none. So these are the three data types we have in non-numeric. We will discuss everything clearly now. So and in user defined data types what we have? So in user defined data types we have arrays, class and module. So we will see the new thing which is none here. So none means none data type represent an object that doesn't contain any value. None data type represents an object that doesn't contain any value. ఎటువంటి వాల్యూ కంటైన్ చేయని యొక్క డేటా టైప్ ని మనం ఏమంటాం? నన్ డేటా టైప్ అని అంటామండి. కమింగ్ టు ద న్యూమరిక్ డేటా టైప్ we have three: ఇంటీజర్, ఫ్లోట్, కాంప్లెక్స్. లాంగ్ కూడా ఉండేది బట్ పైథాన్ వెర్షన్ 3 లో అది లేదు. అప్ టు పైథాన్ వెర్షన్ 2 వరకు అది ఉన్నది. ఇన్ 3 లో లాంగ్ కూడా ఇంటీజర్ లోనే కలపబడింది. ఇట్ ఈస్ క్లియర్? ఓకే, సో we will discuss about integer data type first. So int, what is mean by int? Int means we are learning from C language onwards. Int means integer. Int means integer. So in integer we are going to take the numbers all positive and negative, all positive numbers and negative numbers and without decimal point. సో ఇంటీజర్లో డెసిమల్ పాయింట్ ఉండొద్దండి. డెసిమల్ పాయింట్ లేకుండా ఆల్ పాజిటివ్ నెంబర్స్ అండ్ ఆల్ నెగిటివ్ నెంబర్స్ మీన్స్ -5, 5, 99, 29, 55, any number that is, even pin code 564512, 564512, 567521. సో ఇట్లాంటి ఎంత పెద్ద నెంబర్ అయినా సరే, ఎనీ లాంగెస్ట్ నెంబర్, ఎనీ లార్జెస్ట్ నెంబర్ కమ్స్ అండర్ అన్ ఇంటీజర్ వితౌట్ డెసిమల్ పాయింట్ అండ్ ఇమాజినరీ వాల్యూ. ఓకే, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్ టు స్టోర్ వెరీ లార్జ్ ఇంటీజర్ నెంబర్ యాజ్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో లిమిట్ ఫర్ ద సైజ్ ఆఫ్ అన్ ఇంటీజర్ డేటా టైప్. మనకు సి లాంగ్వేజ్ లో ఇంటీజర్ డేటా టైప్ కి ఒక సైజ్ లిమిట్ అనేది ఉండేది. So that is -127 to 127 సంథింగ్. ఓకే, ఒక లిమిట్ అనేది ఉండేది, ఒక రేంజ్ అనేది ఉండేది. బట్ హియర్ we don't have any limit, any range for integer numbers. That is, here clearly I am mentioning no limit for the size of an int data type. So int data type ki ఎటువంటి సైజ్ అనేది మెన్షన్ చేయట్లేదు నేను. సపోజ్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ఎ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ పిన్ కోడ్. ఓకే, పిన్ కోడ్ అనే వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వచ్చా అండి? సో ఇవ్వద్దు అన్న వాళ్ళు ఒకసారి వెళ్ళి ఐడెంటిఫైర్స్ క్లాస్ చూసి ఇక్కడికి రండి, ఇదే ఛానల్లో ఉంటుంది. సో ఈక్వల్ టు 564512. సో ఐఎమ్ స్టోరింగ్ దిస్ నెంబర్ ఇన్ దిస్ వేరియబుల్. దెర్ ఈస్ నో లిమిట్ ఫర్ దిస్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇంటీజర్ వాల్యూ and this is integer type variable. Why? Because I am assigning integer value, so it is integer type variable. That's it. For example, if I take 20 integer, 10 minus, okay, I have said already, all positive and negative values are integers without decimal point and no limit. These 3 points you have to remember. What is integer number? All the numbers positive and negative without decimal point, okay, and no size limit. These 3 points you have to remember while reading about integers in Python. Okay, next, coming to the float. So in C language onwards we are learning floating point number, that is which have decimal points. Decimal points means in the ముందు integer లో only 5 వరకే తీసుకున్నాం మనం, but I can take now 5.5, 5.567, 5.792. Like this I can take precision values also, means point values also. Okay, here I have taken run rate. Run rate is a floating type variable. Why? Because I am storing floating point value. So that is minus 0.8. I can use all the positive and negative decimal numbers. Okay, in integer all the positive, negative, non-decimal numbers. Here all decimal numbers which have the point value. Okay, here I can take example 25.56, 10.5, minus 45.69, minus 0.8. Like this I can take point values. Price 25.56, run rate. Like this I can take any number with decimal point is known as floating point value. Here also we don't have any limit for floating point number also. So here you have to remember what is floating point numbers. We can take decimal point values also. In integers we cannot take decimal points. In float we can take decimal point numbers also. And the variable which is storing the floating point is known as floating point type variable. Okay, this is the floating point value, and these are the examples of floating point values. Okay, point values. Okay, this is float. Next, complex number. This is not present in C language. You have to see carefully. So the number which is in the form of a plus bj, or x plus yj. If we have a number in form of x plus yj or plus a plus bj, then we call it complex number. Okay, in Python we have the facility to give complex numbers also as an input, where in C language we don't have. Okay, suppose in a plus bj, okay, a is a real number and b is part of imaginary number, and j, what is j? J is square root value of minus 1. So we must have suffix, not prefix, suffix with imaginary number. Imaginary number always follows with the suffix j. Okay, j is the square root value of minus 1. So this is you have to remember. For example, I have given here plus 5 plus 7j. What is that? 5 plus 7j. So 5 is a real number, 7 is a imaginary number followed with j, which is square root of minus 1. Here we use the word com. For integer we are using int. For floating point number we are using float. Same like that, for complex number we are going to use com. So com is a type variable which stores complex number. Okay, is it clear? It is complex number. Next, Boolean data type. So Boolean data type. So we know that from C language onwards, what is mean by Boolean data type? That is only two values, true and false. Okay, if the result satisfies the condition, true will be come. If result unsatisfies the condition, false will come. Okay, Python internally represent true as 1 and false as 0. So Python అనేది internal గా false అంటే 0 అని and true అంటే 1 అని తీసుకుంటుంది. So we will see that once. So ఇక్కడ నేను Python ఐడియల్లీ ఓపెన్ చేశాను. బోల్ బులియన్ కాబట్టి బుల్ 1 that is true. Okay, bull 2 that is true. Any value other than 0 that will be true. Okay, bull 0 that will be false. Bull minus 1 that will be true. Means anything other than 0 will be true and 0 will be false. Okay, like this we are going to take Boolean numbers in. What is Boolean number? Boolean number is true or false. True means 1 and false means 0. Next, knowledge.